Okay, this is an example of solving a quadratic equation by factoring. So if we're going to factor, the first thing you need to do is put it in ABC order. And it has to be equal to 0. Is it in ABC order? Yes, it is. What is the A value? 2. What is the B value?
3.
Positive 3. What's the C value? Negative 2. Is it equal to 0? Yes, it is equal to 0. Okay, so you told me that A was 2, B was 3, and C is negative 2. Okay, if we're going to factor by trinomials, what do we do next? What do we draw? The X. Okay, in the top of the X, what two letters multiply? A times C, and on the bottom we have B. So if we multiply A times C, what is a positive 2? That's positive 2. Positive 2 times a negative 2. Negative 4. Okay. And B is going to be positive 3. Very good. Okay, now you need factors that will multiply to which number? Multiply to the top. So they're going to multiply and give you a negative 4. So if I go to the calculator and let it help me, I'm going to go y equals, what number would I put in the calculator?
Negative 4.
4 divided by x. You can use a negative if y'all want to. Okay, but we're going to deal with the signs later. So 4 divided by x. What are the factors of 4?
1 and 4.
1 and 4 and
2 and 2.
2 and 2. I'm trying to get what combination?
3.
A 3. So they have to either add or subtract to 3. Which combination does not make sense whatsoever? 2 and 2, because it'll give me 4 or 0, so that doesn't make sense. So the only combination is this one. Hold on, we ain't got there yet, but yes. Do we have to add them or subtract to get to 3? Subtract. All right, now because you're subtracting, the signs are going to be different. Okay? All right, if you follow the way I teach you, I tell you that what number goes here? What type of number? The bigger number. The bigger number. Okay, so my 4 will go here, 1 goes here. By the way, I've taught y'all what type of sign. These two signs will always share the same sign. So if 3 is positive, what does 4 have to be? Positive. And if the signs are what? Different. That one's a positive. This one has to be negative. Okay, so we've got positive on the 4 and negative on the 1. Okay, so Leanna, I think you were correct. Okay, so if we look here, we've got a set of parentheses. Okay, what goes in each one of them? An X goes in the front of each one of them, right? Then your factors, these two numbers right here, come inside the parentheses here and here. Okay, which one am I going to write in the first set of parentheses? Negative 1, and then the second one? Positive 4. So you have x minus 1 times x plus 4. If I multiply this stuff together, what should I get as my answer? The problem. Very good. It should multiply to give me this. Okay? And we know that these x's are really what? They're ends. Sorry about that. Those should be ends because the problem has ends. Okay? All right. Now I've got to do what? The original problem says what in the very beginning? Yes, divide. You're going to use the A and divide by A. So we've got divided by what number? 2. Divide by 2 because this is your A value. Okay. All right. Which one will reduce to a whole number? The second one. So we get n plus 2 because 4 divided by 2 is 2. Good. Okay. Will this fraction reduce? No. So if it doesn't reduce, what do? Move which number? Move the bottom number in front of the n. Okay, so we get 2n minus 1. Okay, is that my answer? Are you sure?
No.
Good. It's equal to 0, so because it's equal to 0, we're not finished. If I asked you to factor, this would be your answer. You're done if I asked you to factor. But the problem is an equation. So if you got an equal sign, you're going to have to find something equals. So n equals is what we're looking for. So you're going to set each set of parentheses equal to 0. So we've got 2n minus 1 is the first equation equal to 0. What's the second equation? N plus 2 equals 0. Okay, on the first equation, on this one right here, what would I do to solve for n?
You would
Add 1. Try to get rid of the negative 1 by adding so that they cancel. Bring down the 2n and it equals, what's 0 plus 1? 1. How do I get n by itself? Why do I divide? Very good. What were these two doing to begin with? Multiplying. So if they're multiplying, you have to divide so that you can cancel it out. Now you get n equals 1/2. So one of the answers that is 1/2. Okay, now if we have n plus 2, how do I get n by itself over here? Subtract 2 to both sides. And we get n equals -2. Very good. N equals -2. Now do I have an answer that says n equals? Yes. So now you're finished. Those two are your answers.